We often assume that if a friend is hurting, they'll tell us directly. But when someone is in crisis, they rarely lead with a clear statement of how they feel. Instead, the distress communicates through a silent language, appearing as small, unannounced shifts in their daily routine. This silent language splits across a student's two distinct environments: their physical footprint at home and school, and their digital footprint on their devices. Identifying changes in both domains offers a way to bridge the gap between a friend's hidden struggle and the support they aren't yet asking for. In person, the first anomalies usually involve social withdrawal. This might look like a previously active friend sitting alone during breaks, or suddenly dropping out of activities they used to enjoy. These physical changes are often accompanied by shifts in mood or energy. You might notice unusual irritability, a lack of focus in class, or a level of exhaustion that doesn't seem to go away. Because digital and physical lives are so connected, these struggles often bleed directly into a person's online habits. This chart compares a normal messaging baseline against common digital warning signs. Notice the severe drop-off in activity during the day, followed by erratic, late-night spikes that disrupt their normal sleep patterns. Since these behaviors often surface in private or peer-to-peer spaces, a close friend is likely to see the whole picture before an adult even knows something has changed. Remember, one bad day, a single moody text, or an isolated deleted post isn't necessarily a sign of a crisis. This map shows how isolated incidents differ from a pattern. When multiple physical and digital shifts overlap, they indicate that a friend is dealing with something more persistent than a temporary mood. Once you recognize a pattern, the next step is to find a calm, private setting where you can talk without the pressure of an audience. You aren't expected to have the answers or provide a professional solution to whatever they're going through. The goal is to listen without judgment, avoid interrupting their silence, and try not to force them to explain themselves before they're ready. Simply acknowledging the changes you've noticed and showing concern helps break the sense of isolation that often makes these problems feel worse. While most situations can be handled with listening and patience, there is a clear threshold where interpersonal support is no longer enough. These 4 triggers require immediate action: any mention of feeling hopeless, feeling unsafe, being threatened, or expressing a desire to cause harm. If you hear these things, the protocol is to tell a trusted adult, like a parent, teacher, or counselor, immediately. It's normal to feel a sense of hesitation or a fear that you're snitching on a friend who trusted you with a secret. But in these moments, choosing to speak up is a decision to prioritize their safety over their preference for secrecy. You are not a counselor, and you aren't required to solve a crisis alone. Your role is to act as the connector between your friend and the people who have the resources to help them. By noticing the changes, reaching out with care, and speaking up when the risks are high, you ensure that a friend doesn't have to carry a serious burden by themselves.